But the dam has officially broken. What started as a suspicious pattern of uncalled fouls against WNBA generational superstar Caitlin Clark has just exploded into a full-blown war that has reached all the way to the UFC. For months, fans have watched in absolute horror as referees repeatedly looked the other way. While Clark was physically targeted, shoved, and practically assaulted on the hardwood, the league remained completely silent, treating the outrage like a minor conspiracy. But today, the silence is officially over. In a move that has completely paralyzed WNBA executives, Caitlin's ultimate protector and teammate, Sophie Cunningham, has just broken her silence with a statement so aggressive, so unhinged, that it has shaken the entire sports industry to its absolute core. Sophie didn't just call out the referees. She's officially stepped into the world of the UFC, signing a shock deal to prepare for the ultimate physical retaliation. She publicly declared, "I will break them. The corrupt system that targeted Caitlin is currently crumbling, and the dark truth behind these dirty no-calls is finally being dragged into the light. To truly understand why Sophie Cunningham had to take such an extreme step, we have to look at the undeniable evidence on the court. It is no longer a secret. There is an active, top-down agenda to allow physical violence against Caitlin Clark. When ordinary players commit a minor violation, the whistle blows instantly. But when Caitlin is ruthlessly fouled, the referees suddenly become completely blind. We have watched replay after replay where defenders completely ignore the basketball, driving their elbows and shoulders straight into Clark's body. And where are the officials? Standing feet away, staring directly at the impact, with their whistles dead silent. This isn't poor officiating. This is a dirty, silent agreement.
Involved. She's always involved in some stuff.
Gatekeepers want to test her breaking point. They want to see how much abuse she can take before her spirit is completely crushed. But what they didn't calculate was that by targeting Caitlin, they were awakening a sleeping giant in Sophie Cunningham. Sophie has watched her sister-in-arms get battered night after night, while the league protected the abusers. She realized that trying to play by the WNBA's corrupt rules was a losing battle. If the referees wouldn't enforce justice, she would have to find it somewhere else. When Sophie Cunningham announced her official alignment and training with the UFC, the entire sports world gasped in disbelief. A professional basketball player stepping into the most brutal combat arena on Earth? It sounded completely insane. But Sophie's message was crystal clear. She is training with the world's elite fighters to send a direct, terrifying warning to anyone who thinks they can touch Caitlin Clark with impunity. Her training footage has sent absolute shivers down the spines of WNBA executives. In a raw, unedited statement that immediately went viral, Sophie looked directly into the camera and sent a chilling message to the league's corrupt officials. You refused to blow the whistle. You allowed the attacks. Now, there are no referees to save you. I'm going to break this entire corrupt system. The psychological impact was immediate. For the first time, the players and referees who felt safe behind their corporate shields are feeling genuine panic. Sophie has weaponized her fury, turning herself into a literal human shield for Caitlin Clark. And the haters are absolutely terrified of what happens when she steps back on the court. WNBA front office is currently in a state of absolute chaotic damage control. They never expected a player to completely bypass their authority and use the massive platform of combat sports to expose their internal corruption. Sponsors are demanding answers, asking why the league's officials have allowed the product to become so unsafely violent that players are literally training in MMA gyms just to survive. The referees, who once stood smugly on the court, ignoring blatant fouls, are now facing intense internal investigations. The public pressure has reached a boiling point, where the league can no longer hide. Sophie's UFC deal has forced the corporate office to realize that their golden goose, Caitlin Clark, is surrounded by a circle of absolute loyalty that cannot be bought, silenced, or intimidated. The dirty syndicate of referees is officially finished, and their careers are hanging by a single thread. We are no longer just watching basketball. We are witnessing a revolutionary war for the soul of the sport. Caitlin Clark's genius changed the game's economy, but Sophie Cunningham's unmatched loyalty is changing the game's physical reality. The days of silent betrayals and corrupt officiating are officially over. If you touch the superstar, you will have to answer to a trained fighter.
Oh, what a night for Sophie Cunningham. 6 of 7 for 24 points. Sophie, just describe what this place feels like when you're knocking down those type of hits.
And you know, we have to just protect home court, and tonight was my night. It was a lot of people's nights. I think we had great pace. We picked up defensively, which was really nice. And when we set those high drags for C, it just opens the court for everybody. So I'm just proud of our whole team. I think we really dialed in tonight.
Total control of the second half. We haven't seen much of that this season. What did it take for this team to hold that lead?
You said it. I think, you know, we just weren't getting it done in the first half. It was just a little sloppy with our turnovers, and we missed 11 layups in the first half too. And so it's just a focus thing. We knew we had to come out strong. They're a really good team, and they're a second half team as well. And so we just had to dial in, and we did our thing, and so I'm proud of us. We're growing. I think everyone can see that we're starting to grow a little bit.
I have to ask about the three-point celebration. What is it? The little three to the head? I mean, when did that start?
You know, I don't know. I think I got to give a little shout out to J-Dub from the Thunders. He was starting it, and so I was like, I like that. That's my guy. And so we'll get creative with our 3 celebrations, but I got to make them first. So, like, I need to dial in on my shot. So we'll see what happens.
Well, for right now, it's working.
The WNBA is standing at a historic crossroads, and the corrupt officials are running out of places to hide. Will the league finally suspend the referees who sabotaged Caitlin? Or will they let Sophie completely tear the system down brick by brick? Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave your thoughts in the comments below right now. Is Sophie Cunningham the greatest teammate in sports history? Speak up, because the revolution is live, and the truth will not be silenced.